very wise and intelligent person himself, and he is working at the root level, is Dr. Arvind Kumar, President and founder of India Water Foundation, Governor of Water World Water Council, France. So over to you, Dr. Arvind Kumarji. Please come and share your ideas and your research on world environment. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Colleague and experts and audience. Thanks for gathering here to commemorate World Environment Day. This World Environment Day marks the launch of United Nations Decade of Ecosystem Restoration. The man-made triple planetary crisis of climate change, environmental pollution, biodiversity loss can only be reversed if we can undertake restoration efforts on war footing. The Earth has a diversity of ecosystems, from aquatic ecosystems, farmland, forests, mountains, wetlands, grasslands, and cities. All these ecosystems are vital for the prosperity and well-being of the human beings. I will speak you a question. Do you think there is a vaccine to heal our degraded planet? No, my friend. We have to heal the planet on our own. All the stakeholders like government, intergovernmental organization, business, civil society organization, and communities as a whole have to come on a common platform to prevent, halt, and reverse ecosystem degradation. As Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, the earth, the air, the land, and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on the loan for our children. So we have to be hand over to them, or at least it was handed over to us. There is a sufficiency in the world for man need, but not for the man's greed. This is utterly relevant to in today's world. We have to remember that responsible consumption and sustainable production is about doing more better with less. It is also about decoupling economic growth from environmental degradation, increasing resource efficiency, and promoting sustainable lifestyles. Every 3 seconds, the world loses enough forest to cover a football pitch, and over the last century, we have destroyed half of our wetlands. As per the World Economic Forum, around 1.5 million square kilometer of the undisturbed ecosystem have been lost between 2000 to 2013. The area of primary forest worldwide has deceased by over 80 million hectares since 1990, as per the FAO. Soil erosion and other forms of the degradation are costing the world more than 6 trillion lost food production and other ecosystem services. Approximately 30% of natural freshwater ecosystem has disappeared since 1970, as per the UNEP 2021 report. Habitat degradation is endangering animal species, ecosystem, land degradation, and climate change, both individually and in combination, have profound implications for natural resource-based livelihood systems and societal groups. As per the IPCC report, even if global warming is limited to an increase of 1.5, ecosystem loss is depriving the world of carbon sinks like forest and peatland at a time humanity can be least afford it. In the COVID and the post-COVID world, our priorities are towards economic resilience, health infrastructure, creating jobs for unemployment. But let's not forget that for every dollar invested in the restoration, at least $7 to $30 in returns for society can be expected. So, friends, we have to invest in nature. We have to begin with massaging environment as a valuable resource and conservation of environment. It is judicious utilization through an integrated approach, not complementarized efforts. We have to foster a new paradigm of cooperation, convergence, collaboration, which should become the cornerstone of our mission. In the post-COVID context, with an estimated 10 million Indians having lost their job from the second wave, investing in ecosystem restoration become even more essential in addressing the rising employment unemployment rates and dipping uh, household incomes. Some states are once again using restoration as an engine of employment, especially in rural areas where jobs are badly needed. That strategy not only has the potential to kickstart economic growth, it is also key in the fight against climate change and biodiversity loss. While conventional strategies in cross recovery often deprioritize nature conservation, generally looked upon as a contemporary goal. Nature conservation and restoration are not opposing goals, but rather serve as a long-term vision for society and for economics. Reviving nature is at the core of the UN decade on ecosystem restoration as a global push to repair hands lost to development. But now we must step on the massive scale action to revive our degraded ecosystem. At India Water Foundation, we regard environment and especially water not mere a sector but a connector that provides solutions supporting strategies to tackle climate change effectively and facilitate hassle-free adaptation. Water connects policy areas, economic sectors, and societies as well. Such, it is a tool for cooperation, for building trust, imbued with missionary zeal and humanitarian passion to contribute to the society and the nation. We established India Water Foundation in 2008. We focus on localization and integration of SDG goals in policies and programs. Today, we stand as a few agencies accredited by United Nations and membership of an eminent international organization. Our efforts emphasized community dialogue along with the role of natural ecosystems, biodiversity and ecosystem services in the underpinning sustainable development and ensure that the twin goal of natural resource management and livelihoods are simultaneously integrated in every action plan in a move towards creating a climate neutral world and green economy. We are just further adopting green approaches and practices of adaptive management, carbon offset, resource efficiency, rewilding, circular economy, polluter pay principles through science and nature-based solutions. The essence of nature-based solutions lie in fostering human well-being, livelihoods, clubbed with the environmental conservation. Healthy ecosystem can support economic growth, societal well-being, and climate stabilization. Last year, China pledged towards being a carbon neutral country by 2060. Japan PM has pledged to cut greenhouse gases to zero on the net basis by 2050. America has also pledged to cut CGS by 50%. Ecosystem approach can gain slants for countries like India. It must focus on its to nature-based solution to climate change, paving a way towards an Atmanirbhar Bharat that is self-reliant and self-reliant and self-reliant. It is a reminder that nature as our ally must not be forgotten in providing for society's need, such as ecosystem services and protecting from disasters as well. The head of the UNDP, Mr. Akem Striner, highlighted that we currently spend less than $100 billion a year on nature. Now that the ecosystem restoration has heightened our race to fight against impacts of environmental degradation and biodiversity loss, it has become imperative to integrate political will, financial capabilities, capacity building, technology transfer into our adaptation and mitigation strategies, especially in regions like South Asia, where cooperation is less, much difficult to attain a common consensus. I would also mention here the restoration needs stewardship and partnerships. CSOs has limited space and scope, but we must move ahead with the resources already available to us. Moreover, the faster we establish partnership with like-minded civil society, government and agencies, the faster we will invest in nature resource management and measures with meaningful ecosystem restoration outcomes, and it advanced in India itself reflect a regional success towards achieving sustainable prosperity, but also secure the target under UN restoration as well. Let us all take this chance to mend our fractured relation with nature. Let us recreate, reimagine, restore, and become a generation of restoration. So thank you very much. Actually, I have another meeting. So I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arvind Kumar, for sharing your views and for having such an insightful talk with all of us. And it was really wonderful to hear from you and your recommendations, your advices, and the data which you have shared with all of us. It is going to help us for the further research and for the further restoration of ecosystem. Thanks a lot for sharing your ideas with us. Here I will say that a tree with small, many branches and roots, both deep and wide, it's not that you can see them, but they are there down deep inside. So your recommendations are very, very important for the future upcoming generation who can be the researcher for the